Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have just completed this book, which is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. Like, this is the fastest I've ever read a book. So, as I've told before, that I am extremely slow of a reader. I read book like below average speed. My speed is extremely slow. The thing is, I started this book on 8th of the April, and today is 18th. I've never read this fast. So I've read one book in January and the second in February, and the third book took me like almost 1.5 month. And on in a 10th day, I am done with this book. The thing is, in the beginning of book, like in the 50ish page, I felt like, oh, if I have to rate it, I'll rate it like 3.5 or 3 star, like max 3.5, not more than that. And this has been in my shelf for so long, so I was thinking that, oh, I was, there's a reason I'm not picking this book up. And when I picked it up, I think so this is going to be a max of a 3 or 3.5 star, not more than that, because this is such a bland book. But the thing is, I was reading it extremely fast. I don't know, it is about the text, because text are like, the size are really big than the other books I have read. So I thought that it might be the text of the book, but I don't know, I really don't know, because I was reading it in a bus and I was just flipping the pages and pages and pages. And then I saw like, oh, I was like literally 40 page 10 minutes ago, and now I am at 52, 55. What what it is exactly. So it was very tremendous for me to even think of that I have come from this to this in such a small period of time. I mean, I don't know. Talking about the book, it is a 5-star book from my end. uh, it just changed my perception of this book in the first 50 page to 200 pages or 150 pages. I was like, this is so beautiful book. I've never read something like that, because this is something I've not read for so long. This is about Dolly, about everything she knows about love, everything she has had been till 30 years, about her female friendship, her tremendous numerous of boyfriends and whatnot. Everything was in this book, and I really felt like a soft touch with the book. And I will always tell everyone to read this book. This is very beautiful, very heartwarming, and you will not know like the amount, you will not know how fast you will flip the pages and pages, because the chapters are really slow. No, the chapters are really small, and in few chapters she is just telling you a recipe, a recipe of mac and cheese, or the recipe of cake and whatnot, or the benefits of having boyfriend or benefits of not having boyfriend. These are all the things in this book. It is in this chapter, or in a very small pattern. Or the thing is, when you start reading the first few pages, and then you will read the ending of the pages, you can feel the thing that, oh, Dolly has changed in such a way. Like, on the starting of few pages, I was like, I don't believe in that. I mean, no, what is this all about? But at the end, you will realize that she has grown up for something. Like, for i have I've written all of these in this diary. What I really want to talk about in this YouTube video, and what I'm not so yeah, I remember. Wait. So in the second page, Dolly says that the coolest boys are always tall, Jewish, and have a car. But on the page 327, which is about to end of the book, 327, yeah, she says, the perfect man is kind, funny, and generous. He bends down to say hello to dog and puts of self, looking like a Jewish, tall Jewish pirate and all, should be added bonus, not the starting point. I mean, you can see how she has changed. You can see a teenager and then a grown-up woman. There's huge difference. Or on the beginning, she was telling that how having boyfriend and still flirting with someone is okay. If your partner is stopping you, for that, there's something wrong. But at the end of the book, she was like, if you have a boyfriend and you're still flirting with someone else, there's a problem in a relationship. So you can change, you can see the shift and change in it. The thing is, in the very beginning, I was kind of hating Dolly. I mean, I'm saying it like she's my friend, but I was like, because she has a crush on a boy, and turns out to be the boy has a crush on her female best friend or her best friend, which is like been with her when they were teenager. I think they were 12 or 13 years old. They are together from that time, and then she lies that she has a boyfriend and whatnot. And then when she tells her friend that all of the story, and she was like, okay, fine. She was very chill about this. So I was like, why would you do that? And she has been jealous of her friends because her friend was in a long-term relationship, and she wants her friend to just break up, and she really wants that someone, either her friend or her boyfriend, cheat on the other because she want her friendship back. This happens a lot. If a friend is single and the other friend is not, you might get jealous, but she wants her to break up. And she even tells her best friend's sister, younger sister, and she was laughing because she get the gist that she's just jealous of not having her best friend. So these are things that I have felt throughout, in the beginning of the book, like, why she's doing like that and whatnot. But as I read more and more, I started to realize that she was a teenager and now she's a grown-up woman. So people tend to change, people tend to have a different, but this is something which is very generous, and you will feel everything. Personally, for me, I felt like female friendship in a way different way after reading this book. How her female friendship are so pure, and how female friendship are so beautiful, blessing. You, if you have female friendship, that is a blessing for you. That is what I also feel. I do have female friends, and they are blessing for me. I have also write few more things. I'm just reading that what I really want to talk about, because I don't want to miss on point and then regretting while editing the video. Oh, I did not say this and that. I am thinking for just putting a video without edited, but I'm not going to do that because I tend to fumble here and there. I can definitely say that I've fumbled 10 times in these 7 minutes of recording. So I'm not going to do that, but one day I will, when I just stop fumbling so much. Oh yeah, one more thing.
One eternity later.
One more thing is that I have such a short-term memory loss, bhai. I've read it 2 times and then I just forgot.
2 hours later.
So yeah, as I have told you guys that she had a crush on someone, and that person has a crush on her best friend. And then when he say that I fancy her and I don't fancy you, I'm that I have a beautiful light here, and turns out to be धोखा दे दिया मुझे उसने. So I saw a video on Instagram when the girl was telling you that how she gets that beautiful sunset kind of light. So she has a study lamp, and on the lamp there's a bulb, and she has painted it yellow and orange, and she faced the light towards the wall so that the light came in her face is like very little and very subtle, and it's very beautiful. And then I remember in 6 a.m. in the morning, that because I don't have that, I was like thinking like, okay, I'll see what to do because the light is very beautiful. So in the 6 a.m. in the morning, I suddenly wake up, and then I realize that I have this, and there's light in it. Then I slept, and then I again wake up at 9ish a.m. Then I remember that, wait, I have the thought, and I painted it and I charged it, and turns out to be it just बंद हो गया, इसमें मुझे धोखा दे दिया. So I'll film the rest of the video without it, और उसको charge करूँगी. Beginning with where I was telling you the I fancy you story. So later in that story, she asked everyone that, do you fancy me, or I don't fancy you, kind of thing. So if you read it, you know it, so you should definitely read it. That is my whole point. And yeah, one thing also which is very prominent and evident in the story, that when she was a child or when she was a teenager, she wants everyone to pursue her or think about her, and as she is an adult. And that's why she drank alcohol in the very young age, just to say to people out loud that, oh, she had alcohol, and she is a grown up, she's an adult. And that And when she had the alcohol, she was just going out and telling other people that, oh, I had alcohol and whatnot. And she always want people to think that she's adult. Turned 30 or 29, she does not want to be an adult because she just want to be a teenager. But her friends were like, Dolly, this is what you wanted. I think this is everyone what everyone wants, to be adult when they're child or when they're teenager, and when they become an adult they want to be a child, a very reckless, free minded, free hand child. And that is also which is very well written in this book also, that how she wants people to pursue her as an adult. But when she becomes one and just go through every life situation and faces different things, they find out that it's always better to be a teenager. And if you are reading this book, which you should, as I have told, the 28 life lessons she learned is a chapter, that 28 life lessons she learned when she was 28 years old. That lesson is also very beautiful. And I have written few pages that I really want to read for you guys. The first page is 96. Let's see what 96 says. The thing is, Dolly was dating a man, and that that person has a flatmate. And he asked her that, is there any of your friend who is single? And then she introduced her best friend, her bestest friend, which is Fairly, just Farley, Farly. That is how her name is spelled, Farley. Then her boyfriend's flatmate and her best friend met, and they started dating, and they become very close and very, they started having a long term relationship. And then there's one paragraph. Although I hated watching Fairly to be treated so badly by stupid teenager boys over the years, being led or ignored or dumped, I realized there had been a safety in it. As long as boys weren't taking her serious notice of her, I still had her all of myself. The minute a grown up man with her brain stopped and took interest in her, I was utterly fucked. Could he not fall in love with her? She was beautiful, funny, the kindest person I know. She had spent years leading me money to go out of trouble and picking me up at 3 a.m. in her car when my bus home had stopped running. She was made of the stuff that would make the perfect partner. She thought of others first. She listened, she remembered things, she left notes on my packet lunchbox before I went to work, sent gift cards just to say how proud she was of me. This was the paragraph when she was telling that, how Farley is such a beautiful human, and someone will at the time be stopped who has brain and will take good care of her, and she has to accept it. That is the paragraph I really want to read for you guys, and there are many more. This is a beautiful line, and everything should just remember it, because everything shall too pass. So it says, it may seem that life is difficult at times, but it's really as simple as breathing in and breathing out. This is the really funny one. I even feel a bit of disgust while reading it, and I don't know, I should either tell you or not tell you, but I don't know, I will keep this part or I will just cut it in editing. I hope so. The thing is, their friends were giving a gift, to one. I am so sorry, I don't remember whom they were giving, but they were all of their closest female friends. I hope you all got the email about saving a used tampon and bringing it in an envelope. We'll just have a fig tree to present to Emily, decorated by all of our tampons to symbolize how we will always be connected by womanhood and friendship. We think it will be a really special moment for her. I mean, I don't know what to say, what not to. So one thing is also that Dolly has dated so many men. I mean, every other day or in a week she will date like 3 to 5 men. You read it. You just need to read it because I can't just say everything out. So one of her friends says that why it is always so extreme with you and men. If you read this book, you will realize it is always so extreme. Either it's yes, no, or just the extremist thing she can do. That is her and a men relationship is. So this is about me reviewing this book. Uh, Honestly, I'm just getting along to how to do all of these reviews because I have done, I would say, 3 or 4 reviews in this channel, or in general. I've never done all of these, so I don't know how exactly to do it. So I just baffled, or I just fumble here and there, and I don't know what sequence I should follow. I just try to write it, but still I just don't get the gist of how to do it. I'm just trying to do it better and better, I think. So this was relatively good from the past. I'll get to know while editing the video, because I don't realize, but when I just tend to go on editing, and then I'm like, I should just take a second, or just breathe in or breathe out before saying the sentence again, because it is very hard for me to cut it in between. So I hope I am doing better, so that you can get better video, and you can get better editing, better review, because I got to have 2 3 comments from someone, not they are not my friend, or they're not my family, because I don't know them, because mostly I know my friends and family because they are of the same username, telling me that the review is really good. So I just want to do more good of it. So this is about Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I hope you liked the video. I hope you had a great time. I hope you will read this book. If you are women, no, if you are anyone, you should just definitely read it. Why just women? This is a very beautiful book, and I love it. It is definitely 5 star from my end, or 4.5 or 4.75 or 5 star from my end. A definite read. And the next book I'm going to read is this one, The Vegetarian. And yeah, let's see how many days it will take me to read this book, because as the pages are not as much, but the font is really small, so that tends to have a problem for me in general. So I'll see how it goes. And the thing is, sometime, so this book, for a change, I did not read any paragraph like again, because I was just going in a flow. It was very simple, but I tend to read 2 3 paragraph, or 2 3 pages 2 to 3 times, just to understand. And because I really want to understand, otherwise I'll just, my one portion of my mind will stick on that page, that what exactly that page was saying, because I don't get it. So let's see. I have heard so much so good about this book. And yeah, that is end for today's video. Subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of this, and you can tell me definitely what I can improve, or what kind of book I should read, or what should I read. Till then, bye.